The Ring Fanatics Podcast, episode number 55. You already know who it is. Your host, Nick, Gina, and Joel. Before, and I'm going to continue on saying this, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and anywhere else we can be found. You already know the vibes today. As you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, we got our costumes on. Halloween time. You already know.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm not even, so
There
you
you
already
go.
know who I am. I'm not even going to say who I am. It's pretty obvious. But, and before anyone says it, yes, you can see me. Don't say that. I know people are going to comment that in the comments. Like, you can't see me.
Oh,
Whatever.
you don't have a host this week?
Yeah, it's like, who's talking in the next mic? Where is he at? Where is he at? I know someone's going to comment that before the episode's done. But yeah, you got Gino, the man.
Yes, sir.
And then you got Joel, who's NWO member, the fourth one no one knows about.
The generic NWO member, the one that just stood in the background with a hat on.
Yeah, you didn't see. You saw him.
You know the
episodes.
vibes. You know the vibes. There was a couple of them.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So happy Halloween before Halloween. This episode
Happy
just
Halloween.
exactly Halloween. Good one. Good one. But today's episode is the darkest characters in wrestling, the scariest wrestlers, storylines, matches, stuff like that. It's a whole bunch of them we can go through. It's just a short amount of time. General question to start off though. Who, in your guys' opinion, who do you think is the scariest superstar of all time? I'm gonna ask it straight off the bat. Start off with the hot question right there.
Ooh.
All right, Gina, kick it off.
Who's going first? Or are we just throwing things out right now?
I guess we started Gino. We're pointing at
Kick
Gino
it off
first.
with Gina. Gina, kick it
this
off.
way.
Yeah, all right. Honestly, I don't know if you guys at home, if you're watching, you can see my little puppets and where I'm going with this right now. But I'm gonna say the Fiend is up there for one of the scariest wrestlers of all time because he is a literal demon. I mean, we have Finn Balor, but there's something about Bray Wyatt, like the way he perceives this, well, not perceives, but puts it on, like this character. That is one of the scariest things in the world to me. That switch from like that happy children's cartoon to like this demonic presence that took over the WWE for so long now. Like, he's gone now, but that to me is like iconic and will forever be one of the scariest of all time. Like, there's people that are more iconic, but that's like, there's no topping how fucking weird and scary this shit was. So, gonna rep my little evil Vince McMahon and
like I can only imagine like you mentioned, like he went from like the evil, not the evil, but like the creepy guy to the Mr. Rogers, guessing to say, to the Fiend.
He was so good at it too.
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
imagine
so good
how
at it.
like imagine how scary it was, like the children, like that part of it.
Yeah.
Because it
Like,
was
if I was
yeah.
Yeah, like if I was like a little kid, like if I was, let's say I was like 11 or like 11, 10 years old watching this again, like when I watched when I was younger, like we had like The Undertaker and everybody, which was like, oh, The Undertaker. It was more cool than scary. If this dude was where like I was at that age now, like I would freak the fuck out.
I definitely
like,
would have had a
my
nightmare.
brother was scared of Karma, and I feel like that had like not even the same, like a half of the effect, which we'll talk about Karma later because that was also kind of iconic. So
I mean, imagine like the Undertaker was definitely like a goosebump feeling, like every time he came out. And then one thing about him is like, I don't know if I'm gonna get heat for this, but like when he debuted, that like purple glove, face paint, I didn't find that shit scary. Like, I don't know.
It was similar to like Finn Balor's demon. Like, Finn Balor's demon isn't really scary. It's cool. The concept is cool, but it wouldn't, like, I would classify it as scary for this podcast, for this episode.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't, it didn't scare me. Like, the Fiend freaked me the fuck out. Like,
yeah,
I was
I
like, I don't like
early
this
20s.
anymore.
That's, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact. But I feel you, but you gotta look at it through the eyes of somebody that was in the early 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at that time, wrestling wasn't all out there. Like, it wasn't, like, not every fan knew what was going on. Not everybody was in on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How everybody's in on it now. It was one of the first scary characters. So they were like, a dead man? Like, what is this? So that was how they looked at it. I will always say Undertaker was the scariest. I think like even
for
growing
sure.
up, I was terrified of him. Like I
man.
first started watching wrestling when they were doing the corporate ministry thing, and he used to scare the shit out of me.
I'll tell you
he was my favorite.
Impact. Yeah, like the impact that Undertaker had, like when we were younger, do you remember when kids used to try to flip their eyelids?
Oh,
yeah.
Like Undertaker?
I still do it to myself when I look in the mirror. I still do it.
Yeah. We used to freak each other out with it. We used to be like, "Can you flip your eyelids?" And be like, "Look, I'm the Undertaker."
You do the pose. It's like, okay, we get it.
Of course.
I mean, like the story with Orton, the storyline with Orton, that was like, I guess the peak of his creepiness. I guess I don't know if that would be the peak of it, but like he went that phase of the American Badass, then back to the Undertaker.
Nah, I would say his creepiest had to be with the ministry when he was kidnapping like Stephanie and stuff. And he was out here wilding. Out here wild. He even said he was uncomfortable doing that character because it was too demonic for him. I was like, whoa.
I mean, yeah, he looked scared. I mean, he did kind of look scared. That was when he had like the chin hair, like the long ass.
Yeah, he had the eyebrow piercing. He would talk like in pig Latin. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he even said it was too dark for him because they used to be wilding. Like I said, I was only like 3 or 4, but I was like, no. If he was talking, I want nothing to do with it. All right, if he's fighting in the ring, cool. If he's cutting a promo, I mean, I don't want to be nowhere near the TV.
Even later on, though, now that you're talking about it, like even later on, you had Paul Bearer and Kane and that whole storyline. So that was all freaking scary in itself too. That was like demonic Maury.
That just added on.
Paul Bearer was just a creep. Paul Bearer, like every time I saw him, I would just get chill. Like,
yeah, it's just the voice. Like you don't have to hear, you don't have to see him. It was the voice that got you.
Exactly.
And it's like,
yes. Yeah. Like, nah, you wilding out, man.
No,
get out of here. Get out of here with that.
So scary. Like I remember being scared of Paul Bearer more than anything else. Actually, like when I was younger, anyway.
Yeah.
He was just creepy. It was like a horror movie character. They did a great job with that.
And then the way they put,
no one will ever forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the way they matched him and Kane up was just like, you had the darkness and then fire was like, and then they both had like superpowers. Well. It was crazy.
It was insane. I saw the documentary about that. I'm like, shit, that's insane.
No, yeah, it was dope the way they did. Like now that I look back on it and like, because I have like all the old Undertaker like VHS tapes, and like they would just hype it up with him and Kane was just like he would snap and like somebody would go on fire like a cameraman. Come on, you gotta tell me if you're sitting there 5 years old, this guy snaps and the cameraman just lights up in flames.
That used to get me though, like stuff like that used to get me. Not like scared, but like when I started, it was like it was already past that time, but like it was 2008 when him and Edge.
He was still doing creepy stuff, but not as creepy.
Yeah, and it was like he lit Edge on Undertaker lit Edge on fire, but he didn't actually lit him on fire. It was just
that was the one with the hole in the
ring. Yeah,
in the ring.
Threw him in and
I remember
that.
Fire. Yeah.
At that time, I was like, that was awesome, but like, I gotta feel bad for the guy that got put on fire. It was like, especially those Inferno matches that you gotta literally throw the opponent into the fire. Like that shit must be like
iconic.
Oh my god! You know what traumatized me as a kid? I used to. Okay, I'm gonna show my age. I used to rent from Blockbuster. I used to always rent Royal Rumble '98. I don't know why I did it to myself. I would always rent Royal Rumble '98, and when Kane would put the casket on fire, I cried a couple times. Undertaker was my guy. He scared the shit out of me, but that was my guy. I don't know why I kept renting it and why I kept watching that match. I could have just fast forwarded.
Did you cry every time, or is it just
not every time? Not every time. The first time though, I was like, what? But and then I had to think about it. I was like, listen, he's still here. What are you getting all crazy for? Relax.
Yeah.
But yeah, Taker. And this one's a little weird for me. You remember Heidenreich?
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah.
Yo, there was a time that he went into the crowd and he would he fought a fan once, like a fan. As like I forgot how old I was then. What was it? 03, 04?
A young Joel.
I was probably like 6, 7, 8 around there. I went to a show in White Plains. They did like a house show. First of all, White Plains, that arena is like a basketball gym. You sit anywhere, you see everything. If you ever want to go to a house show, that's the place to be. He came out and I was not with it. I didn't want him to see me. I was like, if this guy tries to fight me, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You would square up with him now, though, right? Like you would square up with him, like, yo, come here.
Oh, no. I was like,
go.
I heard the music. I looked up to my godfather. I said, I gotta go pee. Let's go. I gotta use the bathroom. Let's get out of here. I'm not trying to do this right now. This isn't for me.
Did he actually go your way, or was it just like?
Oh no, we were on the top, bro.
Why were you scared? Why were you scared?
I was shook. My son threw a fan. I was like, nah. And then he was like, he would just choke up on Michael Cole and just talk to him mad close. I was like, I don't want that happening to me.
He went Ron Artest there and just
let's be out.
He just went Ron Artest, fucking fucked up everybody.
No, imagine that. But like, nah, this ain't it. Nah, there's a couple scary wrestlers out there though. Well, if you want to say scary, like Boogeyman was one that.
Oh yeah, the worms would get me. The worms will get me. Yeah, it was like every time he won, it was like, oh God, don't do it, please. I'm like, tried to look away, like, no, I hate worms.
You're like, oh, Boogeyman wins. Fuck.
Damn it, the worms. Don't bring the worms out.
Shit, bro.
I had to close my eyes. I'm like, I'm not watching this right now.
Count of three. I was freaking hiding my face in a pillow.
Like, I'm never looking at a worm again. I did not look at those Sour Patch worms again.
Yeah,
they're not alive, but
no. You got Papa Shango too. It's freaking
No, let me tell you. We weren't around during that time.
That was such a great character, though.
Yeah, it was. But that watching videos gave me goosebumps.
Yeah,
those gave me goosebumps from the videos, and I'm like, imagine like actually watching it, being there. That Ultimate Warrior moment where he possessed him or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I don't know how that character didn't blow up. You know what I mean? Like how it didn't become one of the top stars, and then
all of his characters blew up though.
All his characters are lit, but
Bray Wyatt did too.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt executed every character he's ever had perfectly.
Yeah, I think the best one he had was when he was with. Like, I love the Fiend.
Yeah,
but when he was with the Wyatt family,
that was different. That was different.
And I remember like
those lanterns with those freaking Hills Have Eyes, Resident Evil, Biohazard motherfuckers coming out. I was like, oh no, every time.
One.
Or John Cena was so abused by them.
I was not abused by them. No. But that one moment where they had that kid under the goat mask, and then he started singing that deep voice.
Oh,
I'm like,
that was great.
You got
that was perfect. Yeah. Oh, that jingle is creepy.
I got goosebumps right now.
Yo.
That shit's
imagine what he's doing. Imagine what he's gonna do with this whole Wyndham thing that he's supposedly portraying now.
And now he got no limits. He got no one to answer to.
He could do whatever he wants.
Yup.
Imagine what that's gonna happen with that.
You could only imagine what he could do. But I remember when they first showed the promo of like Wyatt family coming to Raw in 2 weeks, and it was just a rocking chair just in the middle of the barn. I was like,
oh, I remember that promo.
And then the light went like that, and it just disappeared. I was like, oh nah.
Yeah, that first feud with Kane was perfect for him too. I think Kane was like the perfect guy for scary character.
Facts, yeah. I was terrified, and I was probably already in high school when he debuted, and I was like, oh shit, he got me. I was like, this guy's creepy.
We said this in our the episode we did talking about his release. I don't know if Gina was part of that one yet, but we spoke about it, and it's like he was one of those people who like he was Husky Harris, brought down to developmental, in less than a year called back up. I mean, not called up, but like used on NXT to portray this new persona. And it's like, geez, just less than a year. Not a lot of people can think of a character in a year. You know, it's like it takes them a while to even get through, and it still worked. It got better.
Yeah. And it was like, I think it was one of the best characters WWE has done in a while.
Yeah.
Because even like with the head of the table and stuff, it's cool and stuff, but nothing beats what Bray Wyatt was doing, whether it was with the Wyatt family or the Fiend. Like for him,
there was an anticipation for it.
Yeah.
Like if you were going to a show or you were watching, you were like, oh, I hope they fucking show up today, or I hope he shows up today. Like it was just, you were hyped. You were never tired of it yet.
And it's some of the small
people ever got tired of it.
Yeah, no one did. Vince did apparently, but like but there's some of the small things that incorporated with like the dolls that you have, Gina, those puppets that he used, the jingle that that had when he came out,
the mask,
the mask, that's a
the chair, like there's so many things that he just made iconic, and they were regular, like just...
And you see people
like
still
that John Cena thing that they did, like that whole freaking weird short that they made.
The one that they put the mask on him?
Yeah.
Oh, the one on Mania, the one at the cinematic match.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yo, it was like an A24 movie in wrestling. I was like, what the hell?
And I loved every minute of it.
I did too.
It was cool.
I thought it was awesome.
It was great.
And I thought that was a good way. I don't know, the Cena shit never came back. I think that was a good way to like retire him. That would have been.
Don't say that, man.
No, I think it would have been a dope way because he came back and it, like people made jokes about it. They were like, like what happened to Funhouse? Like they never explained it. But it was like that would have been a cool way for him to go out. Like he got lost in the Funhouse.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? Like that would have been a cool way. And just the way they did it is just like I don't know what we were gonna get at Mania if it was gonna be in person. I don't know what kind of match we would have gotten between them two.
Probably would have been something like a what is it called? Like a street fight, but they called it
like a no
else.
disqualification. Yeah, because I think the match they did at 30 was incredible. So like I wouldn't doubt this one wouldn't have been, but I think we got the best version of it with everything shutting down and them having to do a cinematic match because it was just so awesome with the callbacks and just stuff like that.
Yeah, like the Fiend cinematically was just so fucking cool to see. Like we were like, oh shit! Like I felt like I was watching a horror icon, like in a movie. It was cool, and I loved it.
That one moment in the Extreme Rules match where he just popped out of the water with the Fiend mask is randomly changed. And then speaking of that, we brought it up before we started recording Alexa Bliss with the whole character change.
Yeah, like you know what, like before, like it got her character itself kind of got boring after a little while. However, when it started, it was fucking good.
I was gonna say
I was like, oh shit, because she was like Alexa Bliss, like the goddess, you know, the bad bitch, like everyone loved her, and all of a sudden this freaking weird little creepy freaking demon girl comes out of nowhere, and you're like, what the.
It was
like
cool
Alexa.
they had her as the Sister Abigail at first. And then it's like, oh, is she actually going to be Sister Abigail? But then she just had her own persona.
Yeah.
Which is basically the female version of the Fiend. But
that always bothered me. That we never got a Sister Abigail. Always bothered me.
We had that one match though. Almost had that match where Bray Wyatt was supposed to be
with Bray Wyatt under the drape or whatever.
Then it was gonna be him
versus I wanted like a physical.
But that's another what if, because that didn't happen for real. So you gotta. That match didn't happen.
Oh yeah. So, no, it did not. What was it?
I think it was a health issue. I'm not sure. I think he got hurt or something.
I think it was Finn though, right? Or was it?
No, with Bray Wyatt got taken out.
Yeah. Okay.
That's when Balor faced AJ Styles. It was that one TLC, I think.
You're right. Right.
So
Bray is just him and Taker on the top of the list.
Oh yeah.
Him and Taker, and then Kane is right there, and then like you said, Papa Shango and
Boogeyman,
yo, that guy.
You know who I thought was underrated scary character? Umaga.
Yes.
Yo, yeah.
Like he was intimidating. Every time he came out, I was like, oh god, no way.
Yeah.
That's like it's just. I guess you can say it was a scary character, but his like intensity when he came out, like something was gonna happen. And
that's a fact.
And we said it before we started recording too. I think before you came on, Gina mentioned Brock Lesnar coming out.
Hell fucking yeah. He's not a scary his character isn't meant to be scary, but he is absolutely terrifying, and so is Shayna Baszler. I was just talking about this. They scare the living daylights out of me.
Terrifying human beings, right there.
They're monsters of human beings.
They don't even need to put on anything.
Yeah, they don't need a gimmick or a character or a storyline. When they show up, you are shook. Even if you're watching at home, you're like, oh fuck, oh my god, here we go. So I would classify them as scary.
Like I said, the little things too is just the intro to his song. It's like, okay, now Brock Lesnar is coming out. You gotta run.
Shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Like I love that Brock Lesnar always comes full circle no matter what we talk about.
It's Brock Lesnar.
It always comes to Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, man. He's always
next week we'll be talking about.
If you ever hear this, please come on our podcast.
Yo, imagine.
Even if it's for 5 minutes.
That would be the day The one
Like
day
30
that pops
seconds.
up and we get the fourth box is just Brock for like 40 seconds.
Show up right there.
And he's like, yo.
I might have to mute and throw up. Like,
Yo.
Mr. Brock, sir?
You can take over my podcast now. You can host it.
No, you know
Take
who else was underrated, low key? Like we weren't around for this, but I don't know if you guys ever seen the clips of Doink the Clown when he turned.
Yes,
You
I was
mentioned that too. You mentioned that too. She mentioned that too.
I was literally just before we started. I told Nick, I was like, "Yo, Doink the Clown was scary as fuck."
Yo, his
people are
theme
scared
song?
of clowns. People are
Have you
scared
ever
of
heard
clowns.
that theme song when he
Yeah.
turned heel? And it's like,
That was something else.
Scary,
Yeah.
scary. Creepy
you
as
don't
hell.
you don't think it's creepy, but people are actually scared of clowns, and that could be an actual scary
Yeah.
character. And then it's like, oh shit.
Nah, bro. Heel Doink the Clown was one of the scariest things I've
Wow.
ever seen in my life.
yeah.
Even today, I'm like, why was that even a thing? Like that was that gave people that definitely for sure gave people nightmares.
Yo, that theme.
matter
Once I heard the theme song for the first time, it was stuck in my head for months. I was like, this ain't it.
You're not going to sleep for now.
Doink the Clown, out of all wrestlers, he's got me terrified. Who else? Oh, another one low key was Sabu.
I get, yeah. You
When
can say one of those, a lot of those ECW
when they used
guys, like
to
Sandman, I guess you could
when
say.
they used to bring him out like on the gurney, and he had the mask on, like he was like supposed to be like some chaotic character.
Yeah.
And then they would let him loose and he would just throw chairs around. That was like when he first started. Look up those clips, Nick, when we log off.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good one.
That's one that people don't think about. He was terrifying. He kind of had the Bruiser Brody character. That was just like how he used to just throw around his chain. He would just come and just throw chairs at people. I was like, you're wilding, my dude. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
You know who else I would throw on this list?
Customers.
I would put Matt Hardy on this list with his delete character. That whole thing he had going, that whole mad scientist vibe. That was creepy. That was like, it wasn't super scary, but you were like, ooh, okay, a little sci-fi horror.
For it. Yeah, like the promos they did for it was like
delete.
Creepy and like suspenseful. It was dope. I like how they did that.
Yeah. Definitely.
It also, like, even with the Brother Nero stuff before WWE. Before that stuff, and it's like he had the Jeff Hardy had the contacts in, couldn't see his eyes. Now with the half of face paint and stuff like that, it's not scary.
Jeff Hardy could put up there
even the Willow character,
the look with like you said, the Brother Nero, the Willow when he had the W mask, and the dude's flying from everywhere. He's crazy. He's scary. He's scary. Low key. Like he's one of those guys that will he's scary in a whole different way of scary. He's scared that he will put his life on the line just to do a swanton.
Yeah, for real.
Just to get a pop.
Every single match, like from
one of my favorites, probably ever.
Yeah, his extreme days were like, oh my god, there's no way this guy can wake up the next morning and just walk around normally.
Yeah,
like, there's no way.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I was at Impact show. You hear that? Impact show. We were in the Manhattan Center. Had to be like maybe 100, 200 people. Manhattan Center doesn't hold that much. You know what I mean? The Hammerstein Ballroom where it fits more. My man was at the top of the cage. It hit him off. I don't know. You guys probably saw it. And he did like a flip and just landed on the steel stairs and like bounced off onto the floor. I was there for that.
Oh God!
My guy wasn't moving for a bit, and I know, he's a good seller. No one's that good of a seller. He felt that. I was like, dude, there's 200 people here. This ain't WrestleMania. What are you doing a spot like that?
Yeah, hurry
but up. Not gonna lie, got the pop, and that's what he wants. He wants you to react to him, and that's what you remembered Jeff Hardy for. Like, he's won championships and stuff, but you always remember the moments that he's made you pop, the swantons off the tall ladders, like just all the stuff that he's done. He's scary in a different way.
Yeah, he is basically his own freaking stunt double. Honestly, it's insane.
It literally is
absolutely insane.
But when you came and you told me, you say, "Yo, we're gonna do this Halloween episode. Give me some scary storylines."
Yes.
You guys have some scary storylines?
Like I mentioned them before, like the Undertaker Randy Orton one where he got under his skin, and it was like that moment where he opened the casket and it was Randy Orton in there.
Yeah,
That got definitely gave people goosebumps for sure.
Oh, definitely.
That was
said
like
John Cena on the Wyatt family was fucking terrifying because they terrorized John Cena for like months. Like he would just be standing in the ring, they'd be like, "Surprise, motherfucker! Guess who's here?" Like,
surprise.
Literally
like,
in seconds. Chilling, and they'd be like, "Surprise, we're back!" I was like, "Oh God, here we go again with the freaking lanterns and the masks." Oh,
it was definitely haunting.
I felt bad for John Cena at that point, and I was a CM Punk fan. That's saying something.
Yeah,
they were bullying him. They were
just they abused him, and it was scary the entire time. As far as storylines go, too, Karma's storyline, she just terrorized the women's division.
It wasn't even that long either.
And every woman.
Yeah, if you think about it, she wasn't even there for that long.
Yeah.
No, she got pregnant. She had a baby.
But she made an impact.
Yeah, and that's one I'll never forget because I remember, like I said, my brother, shout out Rocco again.
Rocco.
Shout out Rocco.
Turning 17 now, and when Karma came, I don't know how old he was, maybe like 7. Maybe this was almost 10 years ago. It's over 10 years ago now. Karma was there.
Shout out to Karma, by the way. She's in the Impact Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and I remember he was terrified. And it was like the witch cackle that she did, like when her music came out and like the light shut off and she showed up. She just, like, her story was literally just terrorizing the entire women's division. She didn't even have a target. Her target was just a hit list. And she just got through the entire women's division. It was insane.
Yeah, I mean, it was especially that one Royal Rumble spot where she like eliminated some of the guys. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Didn't she like bully Michael Cole or something?
Yes.
Like, tossing him around?
She terrorized everybody.
Yeah, Michael Cole has been bullied his whole WWE career.
It's not like an evil China.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, China.
Like she was like a scary storyline version of China, basically.
Yeah.
And I thought that she was dope there.
Yeah, Beth Phoenix too. Like Beth Phoenix is like someone who built, everyone was intimidated by, and it was like, okay, this is insane.
But shout out China. She was like the first of that like category.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Like
there weren't women that were as scary as she was yet. She defined like a horror genre for the women's division, which I thought was dope. I loved every second of it. When she disappeared, I was like, this sucks. I was so sad. I was like waiting for her to come back. She never did. Who else? Honestly, when Nikki Cross started, I was talking to Nick about this before. Like, everyone wants to play with Nikki, that whole storyline where she's like a psycho. I thought that was pretty creepy.
That was
insane, though. She was insane. Yeah, Sanity.
Yeah.
But Nikki Cross was on like a different level. Like she was like all her matches on NXT were like, oh my god.
Again, I don't know how it didn't work on the main roster.
I don't know.
Like, there's just superhero now. Like
so.
Okay, yeah.
It's all those episodes.
Let's not even get into that, okay, Nick?
Let's not even talk about that right now.
Me and Gina have no time for that today.
In her costume.
I'll just disappear.
I guess.
They can't see me now.
Like the one I was talking about before was the one with Undertaker trying to kidnap and marry Stephanie McMahon. That was a cool one. That was also one that he lit the teddy bear on fire and gave it to Vince, and Vince was just like, "What you doing, man?" Like, and he started crying and shit. What's another one that was a scary storyline? I'm trying to think of like ones that were like, oh,
Mankind.
Yeah, Mankind.
He was so like ripping his hair out. He would pet the rat. It was just a lot when he first came in. He was like crazy. Doing the most. He was doing the most.
And it was scary.
And then there was that time, like I think it was when he was with Poor Bearer that he had like a fork or something. And Poor Bearer would give him the fork and he would just stab his knee. And it looked like he was going full force with it. I was like, relax. What's going on?
With Mankind was scary.
Yo.
And of course, the iconic match. We all know.
The Hell in a Cell. Yeah.
Yep.
That match right there.
That right there should be classified as one of the scariest matches of all time. Because like,
scary ending.
Like they thought they killed each other.
Yeah.
Like for real, like not acting. They thought they killed each other.
Yeah, to say, yo, throw me off of this. As a human being, be like, yo, I don't know what's gonna happen, but you know what would be cool if you throw me off this right now. Let's just see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, you know how crazy you gotta be to just say, yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. Do it, and then climb back up,
and then go through the cell
with a chair hitting you on the way down.
Exactly.
And then the way that he smiled at the camera, even though he was saying that he wasn't smiling, is because he had a cut here and he was trying to get his tongue to go through it, which, if that would have happened,
I'm sitting here like,
I would have that poster on my wall right now if the tongue came through, because that guy is a sick maniac, and just everything he's done. He's another one. He's another Jeff Hardy. That's just, well, Jeff Hardy is kind of like Mick Foley, that they just do it. Just, it's entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, he's been through barbed wire. He's been through the thumbtacks. He's had that exploding death match in Japan with fucking Terry Funk. That's another guy too. Scary on another level. That's like, he don't give a fuck about his body. There's a different kind of scary.
Shout out to Nick Gage, though. Nick Gage.
Yo, he's another one.
Someone who literally died, came back to life for real. Not even in the storyline. He literally died, came back to life, and finished the match.
You know how crazy that is?
Like, no one can top that. Like, how do you die, like, no pulse, and then come back to life for real, then finish a match? Like, that's like, on another level. Like, you can't. That's like, I don't even like that. Every time he came out, it's like, what? How'd you die? Like, I understand it was a death match, but like, come on.
Have you ever?
I would be like, take me to the hospital, man. I don't even make you stay here. I'm like,
like, why?
Yeah.
It's like, not for nothing. Like, talking about like scarier wrestlers, even I would even put Randy Orton in this category, because when he's a heel, he's fucking scary.
Oh, when he went through that whole storyline.
Like, punching the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, that he was supposed to.
He was just like crazy. I hear voices in my head. Come on. He's scary as hell. I would put him in a dark storyline and classify him as a horror character. Yeah, absolutely.
When he was punting all the McMahons.
Yeah,
and they kissed Stephanie
right in front of
Triple H. That's when he crossed the line.
Freaking RKO Phoenix.
Yeah.
That's year.
That show. It's like, yo, what the
and Alexa Bliss.
I forgot it.
That was Barclays Center in 2020.
You know what's crazy? That just happened.
I was there for that.
I totally forgot about it.
What happened? Which one?
Like, he doesn't.
Both of them.
Oh, both of them.
Randy Orton's like the Michael Myers of the WWE. He does not discriminate.
Give up. Wow. If you're in his way, he'll RKO you, Mike.
I still think the best woman that ever sold it from him was the Stacy Keibler one, where she just went like dead, and her body just looked lifeless.
She just stayed there. I'm like,
this is amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah. But the best selling one was the Evan Bourne one. That has to be like the greatest RKO sell.
Oh,
that was Evan
Bourne.
Yeah,
no, but I don't know though, because the other one up there is WrestleMania 31 with Rollins, where Rollins tried to do the curb stomp and he jumped. That one was kind of dope too, just because of the way it's set up. But probably the most best selling was probably Evan Bourne.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Not Evan Bourne.
It was a great setup. It was an amazing setup. Like, it was
hell yeah.
And the way these, what?
I was gonna say, can we talk about this other scary storyline? Have you guys ever seen the clips from the Hogan and Warrior in WCW, where he's looking into the mirror and Warrior's like in the mirror talking to him?
I think so.
That shit, it's not creepy at all. They try and make it so scary, and it was just like, hold the hell. Like, it was just bad. It was good. It was cool. But when you think about it, you're like, really? Like, out of all wrestlers to put in this storyline, like, it would have worked with anybody else. I think it was because it was with Hogan and Warrior that just looked cheesy, because it's Warrior. You know what I mean? Like, could have used anybody else in that situation, but you have Warrior just like, Hogan looks in the mirror, you see Warrior doing his fucking this and try and cut a promo. It's just like, okay, I see what you try to do here. Like it was dope for the time. Now I look back at it, I'm like, that shit's kind of corny, fam. Yeah. But you know, they fought Halloween Havoc. It made sense. Halloween. Oh, something else I was gonna bring up because of last night.
Yeah.
Breaker. He had his long-term storytelling. This is what I love in wrestling. That he interacted with Chucky.
Yeah.
Loved
I was gonna mention that. I was gonna ask
because the only other wrestler in the world to interact with Chucky.
Damn right.
Is his fucking father.
I got a theory on that storyline, but you can finish first, Joel. I guess.
I just loved because his father's Rick, right? Not Scott.
Yeah, the brother. Yeah, Scott's his uncle.
Yeah. They're the only two to ever interact with Chucky, and I thought it was amazing that they had him interact with Chucky last night. I was like, long-term storytelling. I love it. I love it.
I mean, I know his name obviously isn't the Steiner, but I think that he's gonna change his name to Rex Steiner, the name that he was supposed to get. Because
I don't know why they didn't give it to him.
Night, did you see it last night? Did you see the whole show last night? Most of it, some of it. You didn't
see it a little bit.
Okay.
I saw. I
Mandy Rose match. Is what
I
you
went
saw,
back and
hey.
I saw the Mandy Rose match.
Sunglass tilt.
I'm making that into a GIF.
I saw the Mandy Rose match. That was a good match.
Yeah.
Now the main event I missed because, well, not missed. I was going back and forth. The World Series was on.
Yeah.
And it was a close game, so I was going back and forth. But I did see most of it
because they did mention they gave a lot of references to the Steiners. Chucky said something regarding to he called like the puppy. What was it? The puppy? I forgot something. Whatever it was called.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it's something. It was referred to Scott Steiner. He had Chucky there that moment. Yeah, his theme song, which was a siren. I love he's always had that, but like
I like that he's like I don't know if it's him or WWE that wants to pay like homage that way, but I like
but I low-key think that after this loss, he's gonna be like, oh, I don't want to be Braun Breaker anymore. I want to be a Steiner, like I was obviously born into whatever. Then he's eventually gonna change his name because I find it strange how like they trademarked the name Rex Steiner and haven't used it. It's weird. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking he's gonna eventually change his name to Rex Steiner and go by that. That's where I'm. And this loss is like the start of
the beginning.
The reason, the beginning of why he's gonna change his name. So I think that's the starting point of that, the beginning of it.
Well, I know this is off topic, but I wanted to ask you guys, how do you guys feel about that? Like second generation wrestlers using the same name. Like even though it is their name, you know what I mean? It is.
Yeah. Me, I don't mind it.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It was weird for this one. Speaking of, it did not second. Yeah, technically he is second generational, but the Usos brother, he debuted last night.
He looks
but
dope.
With him, they gave a reasoning why he doesn't have the Uso name, kind of why he's not using. Well, they didn't say like an explanation of his new name, but like they kind of mentioned that he's the brother in a way.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're throwing him off topic because you can't ignore the fact that
he looks like a spitting image. Of
he's like he's literally the triple.
He's like
he's a triplet.
Yeah, he's like it's like
you can't ignore the fact that he's the Usos brother. He's literally the same face of the Usos.
Yeah, he looks just like them. Like there's no way getting around that. You can name his
parents went copy
you
and
can name him Manoe, whatever you want to name him. He's an Uso. Like he just has that face. I love that they're signing all the Samoans though. I think it's dope. I think this is dope. I can't wait.
He's not wearing boots, which is cool. He's not wearing boots.
That. It's kind of the old school Samoan thing. Yeah. I like it. I like that they didn't start him off in the main roster. When I saw he got signed, I thought that's what they were gonna do.
Yeah, I was scared of that too.
It could have made sense. Like, what better way of learning the business than being with the top guys? You know what I mean? Being with the top tag team, one of the top tag teams, and the top male superstar, that would have helped him on the road and stuff. But I like that they put him in NXT and letting him build it up himself.
Because they need for that group, they need like a mid carder. I think that would be he would be a perfect fit for that.
And I love that they gave him like a new kind of gimmick that he was doing on the indie scene. Because on the indie scene, like I follow him. he was basically just doing the Uso gimmick.
Yeah, he was.
Like he was wearing the Air Force Ones with the joggers. Yeah. So I like that he came in and I was nervous. I thought that's what he was gonna do. I was gonna say it ain't gonna work for him if he does that. So when they showed him and he came out, I was like, I like this.
Do you like the fact that he's not an Uso? Because I know we were talking about that, like the name and stuff. Like, do you like the fact that he's not an Uso? Like,
I like it right now that he's not with them. Like, I feel like once they eventually, they'll probably put them all together. It'll just make sense. Yeah. But right now, I feel for him to build up his own name, that would be dope.
Yeah. Because they did, like I said, they did explain the fact that he's related, like in a way, without saying the Usos. They did explain.
Yeah, and also you gotta think of it this way too. They all have different names. Like Roman Reigns and the Usos are related.
No. I mean, like different from the like he's not.
No, yeah.
In the name, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think, especially right now that, like I said, they're not interacting in no way. They're just. He's on a whole different brand. Right now, it's okay. Like you said, like how Steiner could change, they could always change him. Because, like they said, they're treating it like developmental. So maybe he'll go up as an Uso. You know what I mean? And
that would probably make him change him to
Uso. And that could probably work. Like when I saw what he was doing on the Indies and they said, oh, he got signed. It could have worked. They could have done the New Day gimmick. They could have did the fabulous Freebird rule. The 3 guys in the group, and if they win the titles, any of them could win it. And they look so alike that you could just put BS in it and be like, oh, they really look alike. Have him dye his hair black and kind of do like a knockoff of like the Twin Magic shit. Yeah. And like sneak in, and that's a heel thing to do. I think that would be dope. But right now, I think it's cool that they're starting him off by himself and letting him build it up.
Yeah.
Instead of just gifting him a spot. You know what I mean? Yeah, like here you go. He's gonna be with the top guys like all of a sudden.
I feel like not even the fact that he would end up just being a top guy. I feel like he would kind of just be stuck in that position. As just like the third Uso, basically, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like they would just call them up and be like,
giving him his own platform and letting him grow is the smartest thing they could do, like for his own career. Like even if he has to start small first and then move his way up, it's actually way smarter than sticking him somewhere because he won't move then and then he'll fade off because they're such a duo as it is. Doesn't matter, like blood or not, he wouldn't stick around with them. So starting him off on his own is smart.
And like I said, like he looks identical. So if you would have debuted him on the Reign roster, it's like, oh, is that Jimmy or Jay? Like, neither of them. It's neither. That's the brother. Yeah. And I guess like it's a smarter way to differentiate him from the Usos, to be like, okay, this is the third one. He has a reason why he's here. He's the reason why he doesn't have the Uso name. And then he's gonna, because a cool fun fact, I didn't know about this. His name's Solo. It's just Rikishi's real name shortened. So I was like, oh, that's cool. It's
really?
Yeah. I looked it up. Rikishi's real name is Solofa. So he just took off 2 letters. So it's Solo.
Oh, yo, I didn't even notice that.
Me neither. And then someone pointed it out. I'm like, what's that really his name? And then I looked them up. It's like, it is. I'm like, wow.
That's kind of dope. I mess with that.
Yeah.
You see his little stuff like that. Solofa.
Yeah. Solofa, yeah.
But he did look like $1 million. And I could see you got
the old trunks that the Usos had when they were doing the face paint and stuff like that. No, like I said, no boots. Like rocking like a Samoan.
He got the look, man. I could see him and Breaker main eventing. I'm like one of the big events. I don't know what they'll call it.
SummerSlam
or whatever.
But
I could see them main eventing like that. There's a couple like we talked about with NXT 2.0. I know that we went off topic with the Halloween shit.
Yeah.
But it was Halloween Havoc last night. We had to talk about it.
Yeah.
But like I like that they're bringing in the new guys and actually building them up. It does. Of course, people are gonna say, "Oh, well, it's only the second generations they're really pushing," but it's only the first 2 months. You know what I mean? You got to have guys that have names to build it up so that people get interested. You know what I mean? Like my dad doesn't watch NXT, But he watched the main event with me last night because I was like, oh, that's Rick Steiner's son. And he was like, oh, that's a Steiner? I was like, yeah. He was like, he got the look with the goatee and stuff. Yeah. So he was like, oh, it makes sense. So, like, that's how they get the older fans in. Yeah. And then they'll bring out all the rest of the guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But shout out to Dakota Kai, too. She returned last night.
That was dope. Yeah.
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 She should have been champion already. I don't know how.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
I thought she should have won at the last takeover. I thought she should beat
Raquel Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, yeah. I think she should beat her, and that should have been Gonzalez going up, and then she starts off 2.0 as the women's champion. I think that would have been.
We know my feelings about Dakota Kai because I said during the draft that I loved her.
Yeah.
So.
And that's another that they're keeping her down there. It's crazy.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
I mean, neither. Yeah. I was like, I kind of had a feeling, but it's like, why? Like, what does she have to do there? Like, just give her
an the title. I guess they wanted. She's gonna be the face of that division.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because she's gonna be always at that door. Whoever's champion, she's gonna be at that door, trying to get that belt. And I think right now, I want to say it was because of Candice they kept her down there. Since Candice is gonna be out, they needed somebody to like hold down the fort.
Oh yeah, like the veteran presence, I guess.
Yeah. So I think. Because Dakota Kai is a veteran in NXT.
She's been there for
years. What I mean? So I think she's somebody that was kept there so that she holds it down while everybody else is getting built up, and then she'll move on once they build up whoever they want to build up.
It's like what Tommaso Ciampa is doing. Yeah. Literally what he's doing.
Yeah. I thought he was going to lose last night.
Me too.
I thought it was done. I was like, all right, cool. NXT is finally gone. Once he loses, that's it. NXT, like the original NXT, is done.
Yeah.
Except for Dakota Kai, but I don't even count her because she was one of the driving forces in the women's division. Oh, yeah. She was never like the champion, so like
she was doing everything.
Yeah. So like one of the last champions of the old NXT is
her and Io Shirai are like the two that's like holding it down.
What's Io still doing there?
Yeah.
But that bump last night, you saw that bump last night? Holy shit. She went through that ladder. I'm like, oh, God. She didn't get up. I'm like, oh, is she okay? Like, I thought she was like,
there's been bumps out in the wrestling world, like, with, like, that it is today, with, like, the moves that they be doing. That'll be like, ooh, is he going to get up? Did you guys see the Archer one?
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Oh, that was he went to go do like a back. Yeah, she went to go do like a. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to watch. It's a trigger warning. It's gonna be hard for you to watch.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
He went to go do like a backwards.
And the match ended weird, but it was just because
he got injured. Well, he didn't get injured, but he landed on his head.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was tough to see.
Oh,
and that big of a guy too, landing on your head from a moonsault. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's scary.
He did say he's good, so that's
he said he was good.
He went to Instagram and he was like, "I'm good.
I'm surprised. I'm like that looked dangerous. Like, I thought he snapped his neck. I'm like, oh,
because it was one of those. I was like, ooh,
yeah. I'm like,
is he good? And I was like, yo, he's not getting up.
Is it worse than Liv Morgan getting freaking bashed in the head by Shayna Baszler? That was one of the worst things I've ever seen. That was a massacre. It's like, look how they massacred my girl. So sad, bro. I was like, oh, this poor girl.
Liv Morgan, man.
Massacre, that's a great Halloween word. Great massacre right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring back. I don't know why they don't have a themed like Halloween pay-per-view.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could do so much.
The Halloween Havoc last night should have been this Sunday because it's Halloween this Sunday.
Yeah, but I mean like the main roster.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I think the main facts. Yeah, that's what we talked about. That I was like, it should be on Sunday. Because that's the day of Halloween.
Like, I had to cancel my plans for that. I can't.
But I think
you can call it
the
like
kids
massacre or something like that.
Yeah, but the kids wouldn't go out though. I guess that's one way to think about it. No trick or treating if you're gonna stay home and watch TV. You know what I mean?
Are you kidding me?
I'm not saying I'm trick or treating. I'm not saying I'm trick or treating.
Adult wrestling fans would come out to a Halloween. Come on.
No, I'm just saying like the kids are probably not gonna be like, yo, I'm not gonna go trick or treating. But like, still,
Dude, as Michael Jordan, as the Michael Jordan meme says, "Fuck them kids." Yo, we're all pulling up to that for real.
Oh, yo, that's a fact. Like, I just always thought it was like, yo, that would be dope how they had, like, if they had one, a themed pay-per-view. Like, I don't think it was Halloween, though. I think they actually did it in December, which it was called, like, it was ECW Massacre on
December
34th.
It was like December. Oh, I thought it was December to this month.
No,
it wasn't.
No, that was
right?
when they did the original ECW. It was called like Massacre on 34th, which was in the Hammers on 34th Street.
Yeah.
See,
it would be so cool to have something like that come back again.
Yeah, it'll be
entertaining as fuck. It'll be cool.
Name something. Just don't make it a gimmick pay-per-view like a TLC and you have one ladder match, or Hell in a Cell and you got one Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. But last night had a lot of great matches. I mean, that whole wheel, the spin the wheel, get the deal, whatever it's called.
Chucky's Choice.
Yo,
once I saw Chucky was
I love Chucky. So,
yeah, that was.
I used to be terrified of Chucky.
Really?
Hold on. Let's make this a discussion now. We talked about wrestling. Who were you terrified of the most in the horror movie franchises?
Oh, I can talk about this for hours.
Let's talk about it.
I would say like I'm still this day, I guess the Annabelle doll. That's just
Are you
creepy.
kidding?
Like I see that, I'm like, is it in my room? Is it here? Is it?
I got a list, Joel.
Well,
name it.
Give me some. Wait, also,
right,
give me your first. Give me a number.
Were you scared, or like back then, or you're still scared now?
No, I'm still terrified. But okay. I love horror, and these are still the ones that absolutely fuck me up, and it's rough on me still. Number one, I'm gonna go with the basic and obvious choice of Michael Myers. That is one of the scariest things in the world to me. If there's a dude dressed as Michael Myers and I see him standing at the end of the road, I walk the other way on Halloween.
I don't like that.
Because
so you got John Cena and NWO member and the man Becky Lynch against Michael Myers. I guess we could.
The idea that Michael never had emotion for anything, especially I don't want to give away spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen the new one yet, but
I was gonna say all the other ones. I was gonna say that's like 30 years ago.
No, like the newest one, just the Halloween Kills just came out, but like
people are mad at it.
The fact that we know that Michael will kill anything in his path and it doesn't matter who, or he does not discriminate, is something that will always scare me. So Michael, not even the mask alone, just the idea of Michael Myers is very scary. Number two, The Strangers. I don't know if you guys have seen The Strangers before.
Yeah.
That's a big no. Especially like being out in the woods and shit. Like after watching those movies,
scary.
The doll face masks and the potato sack. Oh.
Anything out in the woods, don't sign me up. Don't sign me up. I'm good.
Those movies were so well done because it was almost like everything you would do, they did. Yeah. And it's like you when you watch a horror movie, you're like, you're so dumb. Why wouldn't you go like lock yourself in a room with a gun? They did that, and it fucking backfired.
Yeah.
So, like everything you would have done, like there was nothing you could have done to escape these three serial killers. So that's another one for me. And I think you're might make fun of me for this one. Another one that completely freaked me out. Insidious. That movie alone just freaked me out. All of the characters in Insidious fucked me up. Yeah. It just, I don't know what it was, but it just made me very uneasy. Like the whole, like, it might have just the Conjuring universe, like Sinister, Insidious, The Conjuring. All of those movies freaked me out. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, the first Conjuring caught me. Like,
those are scary.
Like that lady and like.
Oh man.
But my dude, when he flipped on the chair, I said,
yeah.
I didn't sleep for a couple nights. Nah, my number one would have to be, it will always be Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah.
My man he's in your dreams. Are you kidding me? What?
Well, guess what? I don't sleep, so I was safe.
I guess so. I guess that's why I go to sleep at like 4 o'clock in the morning because facts. Always as a child, I was terrified because of that. Because all the other ones you run out in the street. I'm like, what's the possibilities of you running into someone on the street like that?
Yeah.
But in your dreams, he could go anywhere.
Pennywise was a creepy guy. Is a creepy guy.
What? That's something. All you gotta do is
the original.
Yeah,
the original
yeah.
costume Like the original movie
Yeah.
The smile
Tim
though,
Curry?
it's like
freaked me out. Yeah, my cousin
Tim
used to put it
Curry's
on
version
just to scare me.
of Pennywise was creepy. Yeah.
Yeah,
all of them are
like
creepy.
the
I think
new
all of them are
one,
creepy.
I'm fine with. I like it. They're good movies, but just the original, the costume work, I was like,
Oh, that was insane.
it
It's
sticks.
like every time I see a balloon, I'm like, shit, I gotta run. No, he's here. This might be random, but like, do y'all remember those Scooby-Doo movies? Like those
Oh, yeah.
Halloween, those were the live action ones, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
those are the best.
I like
Halloween.
Scoob.
Yeah, Scoob. You met him, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I met him with Nick, Joey, and David.
That's nice.
We went to a horror convention. Matthew Lillard is an absolute doll of a human being.
And then
Sweetheart.
Joe dressed
So
up
nice.
as Shaggy. Right now. What a
Joe.
guy.
I dressed up as Sidney Prescott from Scream.
Oh,
So
lit.
That's my favorite horror movie of all time. Ghostface
Really? I
doesn't
haven't
scare
seen that
me.
in so long.
Yeah, Ghostface doesn't scare me, but it's my favorite of all time, hands down. The whole franchise. Can't wait for the new one.
I peeped that they were making a new one. I didn't know that.
Right.
And it's coming out like in January, right?
January 2022, yes, sir. Cannot
I
wait
didn't
for
peep
it.
it. But yeah, I needed to ask you that because, Halloween episode, we needed to know. We
Yeah,
needed to
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I can't believe you, Nick.
What?
Annabelle.
That shit's creepy to me. I don't know
Annabelle and
why.
Pennywise.
You disappoint.
I get scared at everything. Relax. I get scared at everything.
So does Jigsaw scare you too then? Like Billy
Oh,
the Puppet?
that's Loki's creepy too. That's
Yo.
kind of creepy too. I think
Can
that's
just
creepy.
say those movies?
Billy the Puppet's a bitch.
Like, yeah, I know, but the little puppet
He's
with
gonna
the
come for me
mask, and
now.
he's like on a bicycle. They just haunt me. It's like, what the?
Oh, those are the
wanna
best
believe
when
Those
he
are
just
true.
comes out the shadow on a bike.
Yeah,
Yo.
it's
He's
kind of
like,
funny if you
"Live
think
or
about it,
die,
but it's like
you
it's
choose."
like the
All the
scary
way.
movie ones when he just like when they mock.
Oh yeah.
Jigsaw.
Oh, scary
Those are
movies. Great.
Yeah.
I love scary
Yeah,
movies.
iconic.
It's like they had Shaq make a free throw, and if he couldn't be,
The best was the one
I
with
love that
Charlie.
none of us talked about Jason.
he did.
Yo.
Isn't it? We said
Jason, Jason is like the movies aren't that great, but I love the Jason movies.
Yeah.
I love the Jason movies, even though they were made like from nothing. Like the first one just is like all over the place, but
Yeah.
the kill scenes are great.
Exorcist too. No one talked about Reagan. And The Exorcist.
Exorcist. Yo, I've never seen The
Exorcist.
Exorcist.
All those ghost ones are
Oh,
like
man.
those are like insanely.
I've never seen it
haunting.
because I read the story of how she went crazy after. I said, oh nah.
Oh yeah, Linda Blair.
Yeah, oh nah. If she went
I
crazy,
could do a
why would I
horror
want to watch
podcast,
it?
honestly.
Yo, you need your own horror podcast. That's what you
Yeah.
I really
gotta
do.
it.
I could talk about this shit for hours.
You know what's it's not like a scary show or anything, but it's like in the path of like thrillers, I guess you could say. Unsolved Mysteries. Have you ever
Oh
seen
yeah,
that?
definitely. It's true
Those are
crime.
like
Yeah.
those are insane. I'm like,
True
Jesus Christ.
crime.
I fall down the true crime rabbit hole plenty. Trust me.
You watching the ID channel?
Hell yeah. Your Worst Nightmare, Murder Next Door. Southern
Yo,
Fried
You've seen it all.
Homicide.
yo, you gotta watch the Killer Twins. That show's crazy.
Yes, and Deadly
Yes.
Women. Iconic.
Yo,
So good.
Nick,
I gotta
watch
catch
it
up on
back.
these horror shows.
Yo,
Jesus.
Davey Wallen.
I'm definitely watching the Killer Twins. That sounds.
You guys gotta watch
That-
Bailey Sarian. It's Murder Mystery and Makeup Monday, and she just does her makeup while she talks about true crime. That's been heavy on her noggin. That's her little that she always says. She's so good. Yeah, she's doing makeup, but the stories she's telling are fantastic.
She said, yeah, she's
Sorry.
doing makeup, but
Yeah, they're insane.
I was like, sorry, just had to throw it out there.
Yeah, but any other
anyway.
scary things you want to bring up?
trying to think.
Talk about what other else is scary Halloween related. We know.
Well, we didn't talk about the AJ Styles match at Mania.
Oh, the Boneyard match. The Boneyard match.
Yeah,
That was
literally
cool.
the Boneyard match.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Boneyard. That was
He threw him in a
cool.
grave.
That was cool.
That's like the
That-
definition of scary in Halloween.
That stole the show.
You know what I thought about
Yeah,
before? Thank God he brought up AJ Styles. Remember Abyss from TNA? That was pretty sick.
Oh yeah.
Him and Father Mitchell to haunt me.
Remember when he was in WWE last year, and still is because he's a producer?
Yeah,
Joseph Park.
yeah.
That was random how they brought him up and then just like not seen him again since.
But him as Abyss, man.
Oh god, that was insane. The monster ball matches he has to have.
Yeah. But yo, the dude James Mitchell used to scare shit out of me. Right? Am I saying his name right? I think I am. James Mitchell. Yeah. Father James Mitchell. Yeah. He had.
Yes, Father James.
Father James Mitchell. I knew his name. I don't know why.
His eyebrows are always insane. That guy.
Yeah. No, this guy ever since.
He was everywhere last year. He was in AEW last year. Remember?
Yeah, even like when
or this year, whatever.
I had like the old tapes of like that my cousins used to give me of ECW when he was there, and then he showed up on TNA, and it was like, yo, this guy is kind of like Paul Bearer, but not really. He got more of a creepy vibe on him, and then he's got the horns on his. Nah. Ooh. What a guy. But yeah, I forgot about Abyss. Abyss was kind of a scary character.
It was.
There was another character that was in TNA that he used to feud with, that the dude used to wear contacts. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
Oh my god.
I think I know what you're talking about.
His name is like slipping right now. Oh my god.
I know what you're talking about. I know you always mentioned him every single time. It's like he has long black hair.
He has long black hair. He was
like Damian Priest, right? He was like Damian Priest a little bit. That guy.
He's just mad brolic. I think he's from Mexico.
I know what you're talking about. I'm looking.
You know what I'm talking about. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, let me look it up. And he was like a vampire-ish character. I know who you're talking about.
But I don't know the name.
Oh, yes. It's at the tip of my tongue too.
You know what I just realized too after you said that?
What?
No one talked about Sting.
Yes, but it's not scary.
Let me break it to you real quick.
Scary enough to be mentioned at least.
Sting? Oh no.
I would at least mention it.
Okay, Sting. We'll mention it.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, he had a creepy vibe to him of just him sitting in the Raptors. But like other than that, yeah, I would put him up there. I
wouldn't put him up all the way on the top where like Bray Wyatt and everybody are.
But as a scary,
I would put him there.
I'll put him on the list.
We can at least give Sting something.
Yo, but Doink was that
that's no level.
That Doink character.
She made me so uncomfortable.
That shit was crazy. I wish we had the rights to that song because I would play it right now for Nick, because that song is ridiculous.
Was it Judas Messias?
There
Judas
we
Messias.
go.
There you go.
Oh,
Judas Messias.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
that
was
his name.
I know.
Damn, must have Nick found it. What a guy. Yeah, that was the guy. Had the long black hair. Yo, he was a beast. And he used to scare me too.
Yeah, that was on another level.
Wow.
There's a lot of people that scared me. I think.
But if you put Sting up there, you can also put like Vampiro.
Yeah.
If you say it's same
the Groot,
I'm gonna punch you.
The Groot was the name. Grangel, Edge, Christian.
Oh, the Brood, yeah.
Brood.
Gangrel, what a fucking guy.
Vampiro.
What a guy.
Remember that one ECW episode they had a zombie come out? That was really random. Remember that? I had to bring that out. Like, they had a random zombie come out.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Listen, there was something recently that happened too. What the hell was it with like the random rioting people that would just run out and beat everybody up and leave with the masks and shit on? That was kind of scary.
Retribution?
Oh my god!
There you go.
I blocked that out of my mind. I
forgot I wasn't crazy about it because I thought it was kind of annoying after a little while, but like I would classify that as kind of scary because it was like a fucking cult. Like they all just ran out. Also, Seth Rollins, Monday Night Messiah, it's kind of goofy, but like it's a cult.
He had disciples, so
scary.
I guess he could. Yeah.
True. He has disciples.
These are just me thinking of honorable mentions at the end.
Yeah.
Basically.
Dexter Loomis.
Did you peep? Don't even bring that name up. Did y'all peep Buddy Murphy?
Yeah,
out here, New Japan. Got New Japan, and then he put up the clip of him hitting the turnbuckle power bomb with a curb stomp.
Yeah, I saw that.
What a guy! always following the Messiah. What a guy! What a disciple!
Even Malachi Black, he still has a broken, not broken eye, but whatever. He has a ruined eye still from when he got put through the steps.
I love him so
the small
much.
story, the small pieces. It's like, wow. How do you?
I still think Buddy Murphy's gonna end up in AEW. His video and Malachi Black's video intervene. I don't know where they'll meet up, but I think it's gonna be AEW.
They mix well together. That's the thing, because even with we all know the matches they've had, multiple matches they had, and it's like they're building off of that still. It's like everyone wanted to see it again. We never got it again, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
No one talked about Punk either, and I'll tell you why I said that.
Why would you consider it?
Because, well, besides the fact that CM Punk was just like, he had his own like vibe to him in the WWE or whatever, he's like a horror icon and like fanatic outside of it, just him as a person, he makes horror movies. That's what he does. Like, his entire basis is to write horror storylines. So that's something that I would kind of love to see in the future from him as well. Potentially to have some kind of scary storyline that has to do with CM Punk, which I could see him doing at some point.
Yeah.
Like, not even super gimmicky. I could just see him doing something along those lines because of what he was doing when he wasn't wrestling.
I say if you put him and Bray in the same meeting, in the same room, they can come up with some crazy ass shit together.
I would kill somebody to be in that room.
Don't go in us, man.
No, fat.
Let's hope we're not in that room. Let's hope we're not in that room. No, but what was I gonna say?
That is a fact though. That's like shout out to Kane, See No Evil, one of the greatest horror movies of all time. I
forgot he was in that movie. Yep. Then you have AJ Lee, who's just psychotic in her own way. Yep. You know, it's like she's just a crazy girl, obsessed with everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's like she played that perfectly.
For a while, Snitsky was like kind of like scary when he was like kicking babies and shit. He was wild.
Why did that?
I was like, what are you doing? I love the one that he had, the fake one. He was like, oh, it's okay. And just punted it into the crowd. It was just
that must have traumatized a whole bunch of kids.
Oh, like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, he just kicked that baby all the way over there.
Crazy. My sister cried when that happened. Are you kidding me? Because she thought it was a real baby. I was like, yo, this guy is nuts.
Yeah.
And then he came back with like a shaved head, fucked up teeth. He was just a lot, Snitsky.
Yeah. What were some recent like underrated scary gimmicks that I'm trying to think of?
I don't think there was
not a lot since.
We haven't had a lot of them.
Shout out to, I'll give you one, but from back in the day. It's not like scary. It's more like suspense. Like, he was creepy. Raven, when he had the fly, he would cut those promos with just like a lighter in front of him. Oh, what a guy! He's probably one of my favorites of all time. And just those promos he would cut.
That's a good one.
The way he would talk and just slowly and be like, "Nevermore." Mm-hmm. What a fucking guy! What a guy!
Edgar Allan Poe ass.
Yo. Yeah. And then when he tried to crucify Sandman, he did a lot. He did a lot.
He did.
Shout out to him. He's a dope ass guy. Met him once.
Really?
Hell yeah. I helped him find his Uber. That's random. But yeah, I helped him find his Uber.
He was probably like, nevermore, Joel.
Yo.
Gave you a candle.
Like, yo, he said, yo, can you help me look for my Uber? I said, no problem.
Anything for you, Reeve.
I got you.
Again.
I felt like I was part of the flock for a moment.
Like, if you give me your autograph, I'll help you find you.
Yo. Oh, I had gotten it already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I already had gotten the pick. So just at the end of the show, he was like, yo, can you help me find my... I was like, you didn't even have to.
Now every time you look back at it, it's like, this is not a help them find the Uber.
Pass me the phone and let me look for the license plate. I got you. Stay right here.
Should have put your number in there. Like, yeah.
Thanks. I just text him.
Just text that number when you find it.
And be like, hey, Raven.
Like, what's up, buddy? Like, who is this? Buddy. Your Uber driver.
Remember the kid that helped you find your Uber?
Like, I would just start texting him Edgar Allan Poe like quotes. Off the Raven, nevermore. Just start sending him shit.
Yo, but low-key, he had that creepy vibe to him. That was like, ooh, what? Yeah. And when he got to WWE, he kind of like lost it, and then he picked it back up in TNA. But in ECW, like the promos that I would watch from him, he was just like very like soft-spoken and very like straight to the point, and like in a dark ass room. and with his leather jacket on, with his flannels. Like,
yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. I just needed to mention him.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I get Raven mentioned in this podcast.
Definitely.
Because that's my guy right there.
You gotta DM him and be like, yo,
we're
Raven.
get him on one day. And I'm going to be hype.
I'll be like, I helped
There's
you get
someone
an
in the
Uber,
indie
so you have no
leagues.
excuse.
There's someone in the indie leagues, actually, like one of my parents' friends growing up. Malta the Damager. He's not like on like a Impact or WWE level, but I would put him in this too. Not for nothing. He has like this really dope mask, and like he's really, really big, and he comes in the ring and just destroys everybody and leaves. So, not for nothing, he'd probably be a really good WWE wrestler. Like, honestly, all kidding aside, even if it was for like a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like indie league stuff, but yeah, shout out to Malta the Damager for that too. Because...
The Malta the Damager.
Yo, to be honest, I just looked him up on Twitter. His mask is kind of lit.
Yeah.
The Malta.
He's cool.
The Damager.
There's a lot of guys on the indie scenes that be doing creepy stuff that just, I don't know why people just don't like it.
Yeah.
There's been a couple guys that I've seen that will try something, and then like a few shows later, they're just a whole new character.
Is it the cult of the Damager, you said?
Malta, like the place
Malta.
in Italy, Malta.
Ah, like the place in Italy.
Yeah. There you
I
go.
see this guy. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Really big dude. But yeah, I would put him in here too. We're just gonna mention the couple indie people. I had to throw in there.
Yeah.
I wish I knew the dude. I wish I knew the name of the guy that I saw that one time, even though he changed his gimmick. But he had a creepy ass character. I was like, I fuck with this. That kids actually like moved from the front row and were like, nah. And then like a few shows later, he was like a hippie. I was like, why you changed it, man? Like it was going good. I guess it didn't work out for him, but I found it dope. The kids were scared. Maybe he wasn't going for that, but it worked.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow, look at us going through a whole bunch of fucking scary gimmicks and characters.
Pulling them out from the memory.
Exactly.
Isaac Yankum, the dentist. Nobody ever loves the dentist. You got a dentist looking like that.
You got Abaddon from the AEW. A zombie. Yeah. A literal zombie.
Mm-hmm. Yo,
we do a second episode of scary characters.
Oh hell yeah! And then it's just like, hold up. Oh, I got one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's one of those.
Yeah. They come into it like you said. Come into it right now.
Because I'll be straight up. Forgot to make a list for today's episode. I was just going off the dome.
I didn't really even make a list. I told Nick, I was like, I got a couple, but we'll keep it rolling.
Yeah.
And
because we'll keep
that's what we did this episode. That's what we did this episode. We just kept it rolling. It was
like, we didn't write anything.
Do you remember this?
Yeah. And we rolled off.
I love these kinds of episodes because it gets me so nostalgic.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the point. Yeah, they were fanatic.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm about to go watch some ECW clips of Raven. Come on.
I'm ready to watch some old Halloween.
You got me in the mood now.
Yeah, real.
I'm about to go watch See No Evil.
See No Evil, baby.
Yeah.
May 19th. What a guy.
Yeah.
And then they never went anywhere with it.
I know. We still don't know what May 19th is. It's just really.
I guess it's the day that like everything happened. I don't know.
I guess so.
No fucking clue.
Yeah. No idea.
But I guess we can wrap it up there, though. Great episode. Episode 55. 5. Yeah. Of the Ring Fanatics Podcast. Hey. Comment before we even end it. Comment down below what you guys are going for Halloween, no matter what, wrestling or not, doesn't matter. Just comment what you're dressing up as for Halloween and your favorite.
Show us your wrestling costumes.
Exactly.
Tag us on the story.
Tag us exactly,
and we'll repost it.
Exactly.
Super cool.
Yeah, do that. Do that too. Thanks again for everyone for watching and listening. This is Nick with Gina and Joelle, episode 55, and we'll see you guys next time.
Catch you.